Quirky, instantly recognisable and packed with unique, cool features, the Citroen C4 Cactus is French flamboyance at its very best. It might share a name with the standard C4, but despite the family connection, they couldn't be more dissimilar if they tried. Instead, this is a car which dares to be different, and it's all the better for it. Outside, the Cactus's looks speak for themselves with a head-turning design and these unmistakable air bumps. But climb into the cabin, and things are just as unique thanks to this large digital speedometer and wide spacious interior. Filled with quirky touches like leather straps to close the doors and this pop-up glove box, Citroen has also further attempted to modernise the car with this large touchscreen infotainment system which houses most of the car's functions. It's hard to deny, it does look nice, but unfortunately it is prone to lag just a little and it's nowhere near as straightforward to use as it should be. The lack of buttons does look nice and space-agey, but even simple tasks like adjusting aircon takes you through several screens which can get tiring quickly and is tricky when on the move. Still, fit and finish are all good, while the wide seats are cushy and supportive, though the lack of lumbar adjustment might turn off anybody with particularly bad posture. Equipment in this range-topping flare model is impressive, while the panoramic sunroof and this large phone tray with 12V and USB connections are also welcome. The back is much the same as the front, with two large storage bins in either door and plenty of legroom. That said, headroom mightn't be quite enough for taller passengers, while the back windows simply pop out instead of wind down in an effort to save weight. A deep 358-litre boot gives a decent amount of storage space, though loading large items may prove tricky as the rear seats fold down only in one piece. Normally this is the part of the review where we'd ask a question like, so it's got lots of neat tricks up its sleeve, but is it any good on the road? Well, instead I'm just going to skip straight to it. This feels like a really fantastic car to drive. Everything about it's just pleasant, steering's well weighted, and it doesn't suffer from any of the vagueness that tends to plague other Citroens. In terms of engines, the 1.2-litre turbo petrol in this car is easily the best all-rounder in the range. It mightn't have the most power in the world, but it suits the car well with minimal turbo lag and a smooth build-up of acceleration. Combined with the Cactus's remarkably low curb weight, which Citroen claims is just over 1100 kilograms, it feels a lot faster than it is. While real-world fuel economy of 60 miles per gallon and CO2 emissions of just 107 grams per kilometre means it's also incredibly cheap to run. If I was to be overly critical, road noise can become a bit of a problem thanks to the weight-saving measures which cut down on insulation and the lack of a sixth gear. As well as that, the relatively low driving position means that visibility can suffer compared to many of its rivals. Regardless, the Cactus is obviously more focused on comfort than outright performance, and is overall a really accessible and easy car to drive. There are some signs of cost cutting, and a 6-speed manual gearbox would be a welcome addition, but compared to its rivals and even many of Citroen's other cars, the C4 Cactus is extremely comfortable, impressive to drive, and unashamedly unique. It has its problems, of course, but in a world where car designs are becoming more and more conservative and homogenized, it doesn't even matter that it's not perfect. All that matters is that it's different. The fact that it's a great car, well, that's just a bonus. So, could you see yourself behind the wheel of a Citroen C4 Cactus? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. To research your next car and find great deals, visit carkeys.co.uk, and to watch more reviews, click on the links at the end of the video.